Dylan. We're in Greenville, South Carolina, and we're on our way today to Biltmore Estate in Asheville, North Carolina, which is, what is it, like the biggest? I can look it up.
It was the house of the Vanderbilts, who built all the railroads and stuff like that. So, historic and large.
Yeah, it's very big. It has like a house you can tour, a vineyard, a
winery,
restaurants, cafes. It's basically like an adult amusement park, I would say. So we have tickets there later today. But first, we're actually going to go to Asheville to meet up and have breakfast with our friend Jonah. So that'll be fun. And then after, we'll give you a tour of Biltmore Estate.
Looking forward to it.
After further research, as in Googling Biltmore Estate, it says it's a historic house museum and tourist attraction in Asheville, North Carolina. The main residence is a chateau-esque style mansion built for George Washington Vanderbilt II. And it's the largest privately owned house in the United States. Yeah, I think that's all the interesting things. Wrapped up our brunch with Jonah. We went to Rhubarb and then we went to a chocolate shop, and now we're finally headed to Biltmore Estate. We're still in downtown Asheville. It's a 15-minute drive from downtown Asheville. So we'll see how long it actually takes to get into like the gates of the property. Okay, so we are now entering the main gate to the Biltmore Estate's ground, and there is a second following up gate where you have to show your ticket that you purchased or go ahead and purchase it. So we had already purchased our tickets online, so we went up to the gate and then showed them on our phone. And it is pretty spendy. We got the cheapest package, which doesn't include like audio guides and stuff, and it was about $150 for both of us. So just so you know. Okay, so we decided to stop at the winery first. So this is part of the winery village, and there is a bunch of shops and restaurants, and also the area to do a wine tasting. So included in your ticket that you bought to get into the Biltmore grounds is a complimentary wine tasting, which includes 5 wines. So you go ahead and call and reserve that ahead of time. And here we're waiting for our reservation, so we're just hanging around the little gardens around the winery. So they have a list here of a few different kinds of wines, and you get to choose 5 of them from the list. So this is what some of the drive looks like in between the locations, and we are now on our way to the estate. A little hike to the house, 8-minute walk by the mapping. And here we are at the historic Biltmore House Mansion. So this is the front, and this is actually where you line up to get your house tour, which when you buy a ticket, they make you schedule a time, and that time is for the house tour itself, but you could actually show up to the grounds at any point during the day, so you could spend the entire day here if you'd like. So this is the main entrance, or kind of what you see when you first enter the house on our tour. So it's a self-guided tour, so So you just walk around, you can read signs. So you kind of snake through the house, kind of uh, marked off in like a one-way direction. So you kind of just walk in one way and make your way through the house. So this is like the main dining area. So I think this is the best part. This is the view from the back of the house, and you can see Smoky Mountains, and you can see all the intricate detail of the house too. And it's just was really beautiful. I honestly think this was my favorite part and the best part for pictures. Since I would definitely say be prepared for a lot of walking though, because you snake your way through the entire house and it is very grand and large. And there's no way to kind of like really go back or change like your course, so you do kind of have to make it through um, the entire house. So just a heads up if you don't want to walk a lot or anything. Um, it's kind of hard to get out of it because it's very sectioned off and you have to follow a certain path. Rolled in the dungeons. So we just finished our walk through the house and we are now headed towards the gardens. And this is kind of on the side of the house. Some very beautiful views. So there are actually several different gardens here on the property, and this is just one of them. This garden does have a conservatory though, so you can go inside and walk through all the flowers. We honestly spent a lot more time here than expected, and it's kind of nearing closing out. Taking in our final views, and as you can tell, it really cleared up in front of the house now that it's later in the evening, and I recommend it for pictures. But yeah, we are heading out now, taking in some last views of the house. But yeah, it was a good experience. You can definitely spend all day here. And as a warning for anyone planning to come to Biltmore, do a lot for time in between driving between the different areas and driving out, because you can definitely get lost and it could take a little bit to get out of the estate. But overall, we did have a good experience. It was a little bit pricey, but definitely worth it for kind of like a once in a lifetime experience.